thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenberg and one in Salamanca. I'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenberg and one in Salamanca. I'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenberg and one in Salamanca. I'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenberg and one in Salamanca. I'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenberg and one in Salamanca. I'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenberg and one in Salamanca. I'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out.
Hello and welcome inside the Allegany Community Center. We are here for some Junior B lacrosse action in the First Nations League as the Tonawanda Junior Braves will battle the Allegany Junior Arrows. Hello everyone, my name is Trevor Butts and I am so happy and glad to be here for what should be an exciting game between the Junior Braves and the Junior Arrows. Allegany getting the first shot of the game. We are missing some rosters at the moment for the Junior Arrows, so not 100% sure on everyone at the moment. So when I get the names, I will be sure to get them to you. But till then, it's going to be a bit of a mystery for us all here as the Arrows will keep possession. Long outside rip there from Allegany gets them a reset. Save made by John Buck for the Junior Braves. Buck getting, I believe, his second start of the season for the Tonawanda Junior Braves. I know he played in the Junior Braves' defeat against the Seneca War Chiefs not too long ago, as he's one of their new additions here as the season winds down. The last game for each side, unless there's a makeup game that needs to be played. I believe this is both teams' final game of the regular season. Here comes a break for Allegany on the run. Taking the shot, stopped there by Buck. Pass in the middle. George with a shot and he scores. I'd have to imagine that that's Kelvin George rocking the 3-2s for the Junior Arrows as they take an early 1-0 lead. We'll get you another quick look at that one as you got to see the end of the goal there. As I want to say that that is Kelvin George rocking 32 for the Junior Arrows. He has worn that number in previous games for Allegany this season. As apologies for the camera work, it's going to be a bit taped together tonight, as I am completely flying solo here from the Allegany Community Center. So running the camera, running the stream, doing the commentary. So if it's looks a little pieced together, that's why. As Allegany able to get another shot off on Buck, as it looked like that was Delson Tallchief in the corner who was going for that loose ball, wearing 35 now instead of his typical number 2 that he's rocked earlier in the season. Here come the Junior Arrows now, making their way up the floor. Looking to get a shot off there. Sheehan goes up for it for Tonawanda, can't come down with it, but the shot is stopped anyways by John Buck. Harlan Jacobs able to get the ball over halfway. Jacobs with a nice move there to get past one, but he loses the ball. Got to keep hold of that, as Allegany will get possession right back. And a violation will give possession back to Tonawanda here, as the Junior Braves look to try and tie this game up at 1, trailing 1-0. Pass goes awry here, as here come the Junior Arrows back on a break. Takes the shot there, but in the crease, says our official. But John Buck, he made the stop anyway, so it don't matter. Here come the Junior Braves. Low to high look there from Anthony Abrams is stopped by the Allegany goaltender. I believe that's Gabe White getting the start tonight for the Junior Arrows. Been a mix of White and Mogi Buffalo, as we've seen throughout the year. I recall seeing Mogi a bit more earlier in the regular season, but a good chance to get Gabe White some action here late in the regular season. Shot from Tallchief, stopped by Buck. Sheehan delivering a heavy cross check there to Tallchief, and now Sheehan going to get caught here for some extra pushing and shoving. That'll give the ball back to the Junior Arrows. Tallchief thought about the rip. Goes into the corner. Duncan with a shot, stopped by Buck. Ball into the near corner now. Picked up by Kyler. Adam Kyler having some trouble. Being watched closely here by a Junior Arrow. Ball taken away from the Braves on the far side. Junior Arrows. Jake Smith fighting hard to get it back. Smith trying to combine there with Redmond to force the turnover, and they do. Abrams with a shot. Stopped there by Gabe White. Long pass here, doesn't find the intended target. I believe that was Teoni Galante that was awaiting that pass for Allegany. Now he's stuck back out on defense for a shift. Clyde Jonathan fighting through some heavy checks. Jonathan still going, takes the shot, but the save made by White. Ball goes up and out of play. And possession will go to the Junior Arrows. Ball into the attacking zone now for Allegany. George goes over to Tallchief with a rip, and he scores. Wasn't sure if that one went in the back of the net or off the post, but Delson Tallchief stings the corner, and it's a 2-0 lead for Allegany. There you'll get a nice zoomed out look of Delson Tallchief's goal. Steps in and fires it right into the bottom right corner for his first goal of the game. As you get a nice look at the ceiling here at the community center. It's a beautiful venue here as Galante picks it up. Galante into the middle. Long shot, they score! Another outside rip, and the Junior Arrows are rolling now. It's a 3-0 lead for Allegany. And this one, not one of our usual suspects for the Junior Arrows, so not sure who it is. Number 23 who ripped it for Allegany, still missing some names and numbers here. As here we go, Randon Green gets that goal for the Junior Arrows as draw won by Allegany, but they will lose possession here as Tonawanda back the other way now. Jake Smith flips it over to the far side. Chucky Redmond looking to make some moves here. Goes to Kyler. Now Anthony Abrams. Braley off the bench. Braley with an outside look wide of the net. And play halted here as our officials will be handing out a penalty to Allegany as it'll go against number 51, Isaiah Dowdy. So for the first time today, the Junior Braves will head to the power play. Let's see how this man-up unit looks for Tonawanda. Kyler goes to Redmond on the far side. Back in the middle for Kyler. On the near side, bounce shot. Stopped by White. Spencer Jonathan letting it go. Bringing it back the other way are the Junior Arrows. That is Teone Galante rocking the number 2 now for Allegany in that beautiful purple helmet. Galante plays his collegiate lacrosse with the Great Danes. He's up in America East Conference playing for Albany as that ball goes right into the stick of Galante. They'll have to set it down as it's an over and back call. Tonawanda will get the ball back here on the man advantage. Junior Braves a bit short-handed tonight, with neither team really having anything in the standings to play for. Both teams just trying to rotate some things up, maybe try and test out a few things as both of these teams get ready for playoff time, which is coming up very soon. Within a week should be the playoffs. I believe the first game for the upcoming Tonawanda-Tuscarora series on July 16th. So playoffs getting here before you know it, and these Junior Arrows are going to have a tough task ahead of them as they got to take on the undefeated powerhouse Seneca War Chiefs, as I have them at a perfect 12-0 regular season are the War Chiefs. That is going to be Allegany's opponent in the first round of the playoffs. That'll be the 1-4 matchup, but right now it's all about Tonawanda and Allegany. Let's see what the Junior Braves do here. Low rip there from Smith is stopped by White. Good job there by Gabe White, keeping that ball out of the back of the net. We all know Jake Smith knows how to grip it and rip it for the Junior Braves. Allegany is back to full strength, so Tonawanda goes to 0 for 1 on the man advantage in this game. Here's Galante. Outside rip, stopped by Buck. A nice left arm save there from John Buck. Ball into the middle now. Quick shot on is turned away there by John Buck again. It'll be a fresh 30 here for the Junior Arrows. Pass in the middle, shot, they score! Waylon Dowdy buries that one, and the Allegany Arrows open up a 4-0 lead as you'll get a look at it here. Dowdy just cuts over the middle and buries the shot. A picture-perfect finish there from Waylon Dowdy, as that'll be Dowdy's first goal of the game. As this face-off won here by Allegany, the Junior Arrows nearly with an opportunity right off the draw. They've done a good job on the face-off so far in this one. Duncan drops that one, but picks it back up. Looks for Tall Chief, instead finds Galante. Now into the middle for Tall Chief. Can't get it to him. Duncan, outside rip. Stopped there by Buck. Duncan gonna get his own rebound. Sends it up. Galante. Back for Duncan. One-handed dunk. No. Duncan can't believe it. We'll get you another look at it here. As you be the judge, Colin Duncan, I know for sure thought he had the 5th Allegany goal of the game, but not, says our official, as Jake Smith picks it up for Tonawanda. Outside rip there from Redmond. Rebound picked up, kept out by White. Now here's Galante, going to be slowed in the middle by Smith. Only for a moment, though. That's that Great Dane speed coming from Teone Galante. Onto the far side now. Shot on there from Doughty goes wide. Loose ball picked up. Kelvin George has it. 10 seconds to work with on the shot clock. George in the middle, can't connect on the pass. Picked up. Outside look, turned away there by Buck. Loose ball snagged here by the Junior Braves. Adam Kyler, one of their big pickups coming over from Tuscarora this season. Spent the beginning part of the year with the Junior Tomahawks. Now going to finish the year with the Junior Braves, as he's going to stay out for a shift on O. Here's Kyler. Looking for a shot. Kyler gets the ball into the middle. Pass doesn't connect with Hill. Loose ball off the wall. Outside look there from distance for Chucky Redmond. Doesn't find the target. Man, he was letting that one go from the blue line, but when the shot clock is down low like that, you just got to take your shot from wherever you are. As here come the Junior Arrows back with an outside shot that is kept out by Buck, as Randon Green let it go. Green able to pick up his own rebound and give the extra possession here for Allegany. Ball on the far side of the floor. In the stick of Colin Duncan. Duncan, another Great Dane on this Junior Arrows team. Shot goes wide. Picked up by Tall Chief. Tall Chief, no reset. Gotta go. 6 seconds. Takes the shot, stopped. Rebound picked up by George. Shot goes wide. Loose ball. Jacobs battling with Duncan for it, and instead it is Randon Green that comes away with it. Junior Arrows bench showing their support for their attackers out there, getting them some nice rest while they look to try and add a 5th goal here for Allegany. Green with a low shot, stopped by Buck. Fighting for it in the corner is Hill, but it's Duncan that's going to come away with it. Splits a D. Duncan with a shot. No, crease. You be the judge, as Colin Duncan thought he had one here. So tough to tell, but I got to trust our officiating crew. They do such a great job down there, and they got a much better view on it than we do. So I'm going to go with their call. No goal here. Still a 4-0 lead for the Allegany Junior Arrows, as Tonawanda had some trouble scoring in their game against the War Chiefs. 14-0 final in that one. But unlike the Junior Braves to not have that goal-scoring touch here against, a team like Allegany, somebody that they definitely think that they can beat. They know that they can beat. And it's just got to start going right for them here, as Kyler's shot goes wide. Redmond chases it back and leaves it for Brayley Abrams. At this point, who's just going to be the one to step up for Tonawanda? Kyler takes the shot, but White makes the save. Pass goes the length of the floor. Picked up by Green. Green gets past Redmond here. Has a lane to the net. Green with the shot wide. Rebound picked up and scored. Maddox Isaac buries that one past Buck, and it's a 5-0 lead for the Allegany Junior Arrows. As I had to wait for a second, Isaac thought he had one. He put the arms up. Official wasn't quite sure at the moment, but it did find the back of the net. Maddox Isaac gets his first of the game, as the Junior Arrows lead 5-0 here on Blue Squatch Productions.
We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenberg and one in Salamanca. They'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenberg and one in Salamanca. They'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out.
Back now here at the Allegany Community Center, as I do have to apologize, that is not Gabe White. The First Nations website had White listed as number 44 and didn't have a roster before the game, so that was just my best guess. But I apologize. That is Talum Sandy in between the pipes for Allegany. Started his season with Six Nations, now going to finish it with the Junior Arrows. Kyler with a shot, stopped by Sandy. As Kyler now somehow gets it back. What a save. Sandy with another one. Let's get a look at this. As Galante brings the ball up the floor for Allegany. Get another look at that save from Talum Sandy. As the Junior Arrows out in front 5-0 here over the Tonawanda Junior Braves. Kelvin George with it for Galante now with a shot, stopped by John Buck. Rebound picked up by Randon Green. Green has a man off the bench. Into the middle looking for George. Pass doesn't connect. Picked up by Dowdy coming around the back of the net. Dowdy goes up top. Low rip there, goes wide. Loose ball goes all the way back to the far end of the floor. Sandy's going to pick it up and airmail it out of play, as a fan will pick up a souvenir here at the Allegany Community Center. Approaching 5 minutes to go in this one. In this first period, it is a 5-0 lead for the Allegany Junior Arrows, as I believe Allegany at 1-9, at least that's what I've been able to tabulate, as not all games are posted. Got to kind of look for them and search for them. I have the Junior Arrows at 1-9. If that is incorrect, someone please let me know, but I believe they're going for win number 2 on the season. The only one that I saw was their win earlier in the year against Tonawanda, in what was a entertaining game. They took care of the Junior Braves in that one 13-11. But I have that as the only Allegany win of the year so far. If that is incorrect, please let me know, as that's just what I've been able to track, as now the Junior Arrows go back on the attack. Here's Duncan looking to make a move, but an off-ball call will give possession to the Tonawanda Junior Braves. Here's Redmond, all kinds of time stopped there by Sandy. And now a whistle coming here behind the play. Didn't see what it was, not going to lie, so when our officials give us the explanation, we'll know what happened. As it looks like a penalty coming up to Allegany, as it'll be Isaiah Dowdy who will sit for 2 or less, as the Junior Braves go on the power play for the second time today. They are 0 for 1 so far. Spencer Jonathan going to start things off here for Tonawanda. Chucky Redmond. Now Jonathan goes behind the back to Kyler with a shot. Stopped there by Sandy. Loose ball snagged here by the Junior Arrows as they go back the other way. Looking for a shot there was Quentin Jackson, but save made by Buck. Jackson goes through the crease, so possession back to Tonawanda anyways. Here's Brayley Abrams out near mid-floor. Goes to Adam Kyler. Brayley Abrams having some trouble handling that pass from Adam Kyler. Goes to Redmond on the far side. Skip pass. Jonathan with the outside shot. Goes wide of the net and out of play. And possession will go to Allegany. Just over a minute remaining in the penalty to Dowdy. As Galante looks to go on the kill here for the Junior Arrows. Galante into the corner. Able to get into the middle now. Takes the shot. Save made by Buck. Loose ball picked up. Shot on. Stopped by Buck. Ball into the middle. Kicked around by Jacobs. No control yet. Junior Arrows are going to have it. Maddox Isaac picks it up. Isaac has got one goal in this one, but he's a pretty good lacrosse player. But I'll tell you what, if this lacrosse thing doesn't work out, he might have a future on the gridiron. Maddox Isaac, a top football player for Salamanca, as Galante tucks it into the top right corner. It's a 6-0 lead for Allegany. What a move there from Teoni Galante to tuck that one home. Get another look at it here, coming off the pass from Maddox Isaac. And I was talking about his football prowess. There you see the vision of the quarterback, Maddox Isaac, putting it right into the stick of Galante. A perfect pass that gives the Junior Arrows a 6-0 lead in what has been a surprising performance so far from Allegany. They've had their fair share of struggles this season, but they're not struggling at all right now. It's a 6-0 lead for the Junior Arrows as Tonawanda looks to try and find some life here. Having some trouble just getting the ball over mid-floor here as Redmond's forced to just give it a whack, as we are now just over 2 minutes remaining here in the first period of play. Pass down low. Watt with a shot. He scores. Hiram Watt makes it a 7-0 lead for Allegany, and this one starting to get ugly. Just a great move down low from Hiram Watt to walk the tightrope and finish. Watt plays his lacrosse collegiately with Division III Pitt Bradford in the Allegheny Mountain Collegiate Conference. His bio on the Pitt Bradford website says he also went to Hilbert and was a good soccer player as well. So a multifaceted athlete is Hiram Watt, as it looks like it'll be another penalty coming up against the Allegany Junior Arrows. But right now they're +1 as they got the shorthanded goal. So Tonawanda 0 for 2. The Allegany Junior Arrows do have the one shorty, so they're doing a good job right now as Brayley Abrams plays catch with Redmond. Abrams with a low shot there, stopped by Sandy. Tonawanda needs to find a spark here. Spencer Jonathan looking to do just that. Shot goes wide. Another shot goes wide of the net. Spencer Jonathan, one-handed snag, keeps possession with Tonawanda. Brayley Abrams directing traffic, goes to Redmond. Back for Abrams with a low shot. Stopped by Sandy. Spencer Jonathan, another save from Talem Sandy. Junior Braves are starting to pepper the big man, but he's stepping up and making the stops. Kyler's shot goes wide. Now ball goes back over halfway. Galante got to turn on the Jets and is able to get to this one. Has possession in the corner. 33 seconds remaining in the period. Galante His high pass doesn't find Colin Duncan. Instead, it'll go to Kyler, 2-on-1. Kyler and Abrams. Kyler goes to Braley with a shot. Stopped there by Sandy. Now Redmond, low drive, and they score. It was only a matter of time before Chucky Redmond and the Tonawanda Junior Braves got going. It's now a 7-1 game off the power play goal from Redmond. Sandy was doing all he could there, making some excellent saves. Tonawanda started to find the target there, but just one shot too many as Chucky Redmond makes it a 6-goal game here, and that could be just what the Junior Braves were looking for as Allegany runs out of time here. That could be big here for Tonawanda to end the period, just to get one and get on the board. One being down 7-1 as opposed to 7-0 makes a big, big difference in these kind of games, especially these close rivalry matchups. Right now, it is a 7-1 lead, though, for the Allegany Junior Arrows over the Tonawanda Junior Braves here on Blue Squatch Productions. Before we sign off, just want to say thank you to Goody's Dispensary for their support here and making this game possible, as we will now step aside. A 7-1 lead for Allegany here on Blue Squatch Productions.
We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenburg and one in Salamanca. They'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenburg and one in Salamanca. They'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenburg and one in Salamanca. They'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenburg and one in Salamanca. They'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenburg and one in Salamanca. They'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenburg and one in Salamanca. They'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenburg and one in Salamanca. They'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenburg and one in Salamanca. They'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenburg and one in Salamanca. They'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenberg and one in Salamanca. They'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenberg and one in Salamanca. They'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenberg and one in Salamanca. They'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenberg and one in Salamanca. They'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenberg and one in Salamanca. They'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenberg and one in Salamanca. They'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenberg and one in Salamanca. They'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenberg and one in Salamanca. They'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenberg and one in Salamanca. They'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenberg and one in Salamanca. They'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenberg and one in Salamanca. They'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenberg and one in Salamanca. They'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenberg and one in Salamanca. They'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenberg and one in Salamanca. They'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenberg and one in Salamanca. They'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenberg and one in Salamanca. They'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenberg and one in Salamanca. They'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenberg and one in Salamanca.
Back now on Blue Squatch Productions as we get ready to start the second period of play. Taking a look at some of the chats here, I can see Lucas Jonathan saying his nephews Brayley Brizzle Sprouts Abrams, Ace Abrams, Lincoln Hill, and Spencer Speshy Jonathan. And then Maddox, yeah, Maddox is a good football player, going to John Carroll is what Hot Rod says in the chat. That is great to know, as I saw some articles written about him and his football prowess. He really looks like a player. So, like I said, if this whole lacrosse thing doesn't work out, he might have a bright future on the gridiron, as he is a very talented kid for sure, as is this man, Randon Green, who has the ball in his stick right now for the Allegany Junior Arrows, who are going for win number 2 on the year. Junior Arrows are well on their way to securing that mark. They lead this one 7-1 here over the Tonawanda Junior Braves. No team can really change their position in the standings at this point, as that one ends up in the back of the net. We'll get another look at it here, as that looks like Kelvin George putting that one into the back of the net. And that'll be George's second of the game, the captain of the Junior Arrows and product of Salamanca High School. Makes this an 8-1 lead here for Allegany. And this has undoubtedly been the best game I've seen the Junior Arrows play all season long. They've had some doozies at points during the year, a forfeit earlier this year as well, but I'll tell you what, they look playoff ready right now. They are moving the ball great, and they are finding the back of the net on John Buck here tonight, as this one will find the back of the net again. Randon Green extends the lead up to the largest of the game. It's a 9-1 lead for the Junior Arrows. Second of the game for Randon Green, and we're gonna finally get the goaltending change here for Tonawanda, as Jackson Bob Pregel, the typical starter for the Junior Braves, will enter the net. And I get wanting to get Buck some minutes here and some time, as he's a new addition to the Junior Braves, and you want to let him, see these players and see these shooters that he's might have to see in the playoffs. You just never know. So you want to let him get warm and get some action for sure. But this one's starting to get out of hand now. 9-1 lead for Allegany. My personal opinion, I would have made a goaltending switch a few goals ago, just to try and get that momentum back the other way, or just come out with a new goalie to start this period. But the change made now by the head coach for the Tonawanda Junior Braves, Casey Jonathan, who's ready to get J-Bob in there. And we all know Jackson Bob Pregel can take over games in a hurry, but he's going to need some offensive support here if the Junior Braves want to come away with the win. That one nearly squeaking past Sandy, but Talon Sandy does a good job to keep it out. Long bomb here goes off the boards right to Green. Fortuitous bounce in the pass, stopped by Pregel. Oh my goodness, nearly a thing of beauty for the Junior Arrows. Ball goes off the boards as we're going to get a penalty here. Jake Smith might have 5 minutes coming his way as he just cross-checked his man in the back. Took down number 3 for the Junior Arrows, as we'll get you another look at it. It will be a 2-minute penalty, but dangerous there, as no doubt about it. Cross-check through the numbers with his man facing the boards. Easy call for the officials, and for the first time today, we're going to get a Junior Arrow power play. Tonawanda have them as 0 for 3. Junior Arrows do have a shorty, though, so they have gotten some positives out of the special teams in this one. 3 penalty kills and a shorty. That's a great day for the special teams unit so far for the Junior Arrows. Ball into the far side. Kelvin George skip pass down low for Delson Tallchief. He can't hang on to it. Tallchief forced into the boards. Jaron Moses doing a good job watching him. Duncan having some trouble controlling that one. Able to get Abrams to step out and able to get the shot off. Man, the bobble nearly worked out for Colin Duncan as he was able to get to the net and create an opportunity. Just couldn't finish on that occasion. Here's Duncan now. Tallchief goes to Duncan again. Onto the far side, Galante, George, Brandon Green. Low to high rip from Green, goes well wide of the net. Ball will go the length of the floor, and they're going to say that that one caught a piece of Jackson Bob Pregel on its way to the glass, so a reset is given. And Allegany has the extra possession. George takes the shot. Jackson Bob Pregel able to make the save, keeping this an 8-goal game as Tonawanda on the penalty kill, looking to get their first successful penalty kill of the game on their first attempt. Pass goes into the corner, drawing the ire of the Tonawanda faithful in attendance. They're not liking what they're seeing from their Junior Braves at the moment. Here comes Allegany back the other way. 3-on-2. Are they going to push? Yes, sir. Green with a shot, but Pregel makes the save. Here comes Tonawanda. They have successfully killed off the penalty, so they are back to full strength. Allegany goes now to 0 for 1 on the man advantage. Pass goes out towards mid-floor, picked up here by Chucky Redmond. Redmond with a good pass down low. Pass in the middle. It's Jonathan with the shot, saved by Sandy. Possession will stay here with Tonawanda. Chucky Redmond, low shot, he scores! As the proud dad next to me applauds, Chucky Redmond makes it a 9-2 game. We've seen him do that a ton throughout this season. He did that a lot in high school as well for Akron. 45 goals for him in high school this past year, 42 in Section 6 play. He's got 2 here tonight. Both of the Junior Braves goals coming from the red-hot stick of number 14, Chucky Redmond. Face-off one here by the Junior Arrows. Don't have those stats in front of me, but I feel like Allegany has won just about every face-off here in this game so far, and that helps and goes a long way to helping teams win games. A lot of extra possessions coming from the face-off dot. Ball into the corner. Junior Arrows having some trouble handling it. Now able to get it up top. Brandon Green looking to let the shot go. Does after the buzzer. It'll be a shot clock violation on the Junior Arrows. Tonawanda will take over. Kyler with it. Looks to the bench and finds Chucky Redmond coming off of it. Gets it back now. Kyler running a little hidden ball trick. Looking to find Jaron Moses, but pass doesn't connect. Redmond has to trek back and get it. Redmond sends it the length of the floor and nearly got that one on target, as Sandy had to watch it close, but a shot clock violation either way. Possession back for the Allegany Junior Arrows. Looking to widen the gap here is Maddox Isaac. Isaac finds Galante in the far corner. The very quick and athletic Teone Galante. Back to Isaac. Isaac with the shot. Stopped by Pregel. Down low. Shot on. Wide of the net. Loose ball picked up. Moses with the one-handed scoop. Got it. And now he'll go on a run. Jaron Moses. 2-on-1 here. Moses takes the shot and he scores. A snipe coming in transition for Jaron Moses and the Tonawanda Junior Braves as they have their third goal of the game. And there you see a look at the end of it, as we will get you one more look at that transition goal coming from Jaron Moses for Tonawanda, which has made this a 9-3 ball game. For Tonawanda, you just got to try and chip away at this stage of the game. You're not going to get them all back at once. As I know the board does say 9-2, it is a 9-3 game. But you're not going to get all 9 back at once. There's no 9-point shot, so to speak. You have to go one by one, every single goal at a time, take it play by play, and that's what the Junior Braves got to do here. Galante with it, goes down low, onto the near side. Green with a shot, goes over the net. Ball being chased after here by Moses, looking for another transition chance, but it'll bounce out of play into the Tonawanda bench, giving the Braves the possession. Brayley Abrams lets the shot go, but Sandy read it all the way as he makes a nice save, keeping this a 9-3 lead here for the Allegany Junior Arrows. Junior Arrows have the ball right now. Waylon Dowdy in the near corner, fighting some checks off from Anthony Abrams. Goes to Tall Chief. Now Colin Duncan with it. Duncan. Skip pass down low. Looking for Green. Now the return feed for Duncan, not a good one, as it'll go over the center part of the floor, leading to the shot clock violation, as possession now to Tonawanda. Here's Chucky Redmond. He's got 2 already. Nice toe drag move. Gets the shot off. Little twister attempt. It'll be a shot clock violation. Thought it got on target. I guess not, but board does still say 9-2. It is a 9-3 game. 2 goals for Chucky Redmond and a goal for Jaron Moses here for Tonawanda to round out their scoring, as Moses adds another. He says, count my first one already. It's a 9-4 game now. What a rip outside there from Jaron Moses to make this a 9-4 lead for the Allegany Junior Arrows. But Tonawanda starting to chip away, second of the game for Moses. Chucky Redmond has 2 as well. As the goal scoring coming in bunches here for Tonawanda. As now it is correct on the board, a 9-4 game as Allegany looking for a spark now. Tonawanda might have got it with the goaltending change. Let's see if Allegany can find one to try and widen the lead back to where it was. Brandon Green goes to Galante. Now George in the corner. Galante in the middle, looking to get the shot off, going behind the back, but deflects up and out of play. Moses will airmail this one down the floor. Takes a high bounce off the glass into the stick of Junie Buffalo, who's going to bring it up the floor. Junie going to let the shot go wide of the net. Defender got up there, wanted to take the shot. I don't blame him. Those D guys don't get too many chances to let it fly. Buffalo did there, but just couldn't find the target. Now Colin Duncan plays his collegiate lacrosse with UAlbany. Duncan takes the shot wide of the net. No reset there as it did go wide, so possession awarded to Tonawanda. Kyler with a nice move there to get past one man. Thought about going to the net, but decides against it as he's on his offside. Pass goes into the middle, taken away here by a junior arrow. Camden Farmer had it. Now he's got to fight Spencer Jonathan for it in the corner. Farmer does a good job, able to knock it over to a teammate in Dowdy. Isaac Dowdy still has it. Dowdy takes the shot, stopped by Pregel. J-Bob with a good outlet pass here to Kyler. Kyler once again caught on his offside, having to shift over to the far side to try and get into a good position to take a shot. Now here's Kyler with it again. Kyler goes down low. Taking the shot there was Smith, but save made by Sandy. Landon Cotter finds a man off the bench. In Isaac. Still Isaac. Looking for some room now. Finds Brandon Green. Green. Stepping in. Thought about it. Goes with a little face dodge here into the middle for Duncan. Can't handle it, but in the crease goes Duncan. Possession to Tonawanda. Colin Duncan. Mentioned he plays for UAlbany. Played his high school lacrosse for Churchville Chili. 123 goals and 60 assists for Duncan in his high school career with Churchville Chili. Now, here's Chucky Redmond. 2 goals for him in this one. We've talked about his impressive numbers playing for Akron High School earlier in the game. His pass in the middle doesn't connect. Gets it right back. Shot goes wide, and he's not going to have a chance to go for the reset as time expires on the Junior Braves with 8:15 remaining here in the second period of play. It is a 9-4 lead for the Allegany Junior Arrows. Thank you all so very much for tuning in to this one. As Tall Chief looking to try and get one back here for Allegany, can't do so. Back the other way. Anthony Abrams takes a shot and he scores! Oh my goodness. A long distance shot for Anthony Abrams. Finds the back of the net. Oh man, that one might give Sandy nightmares after this game is done. Offside shot there coming from Anthony Abrams from darn near the blue line. Beats Sandy for the 5th goal of the game, and just like that, it is a 4-goal game now. As that's why they say you got to get them on target, because you never know what can happen. As goalie's getting a water break. Abrams making it a 4-goal game, his first of the game, as Tonawanda is really winning this period right now. Allegany, no doubt about it, won the first. Tonawanda winning the second right now. Looking at the chat, Anthony Redmond, can you shout out my brother? I've been shouting out Chucky all game. He's been playing great here. 2 goals for Chucky. As I'm going to give you the shout out, Anthony, as you're a good brother supporting Chucky, as well as the Junior Arrows now trying to get something going. George with a shot. Nice save by Pragle. And now with Jackson Bob Pragle in the net, if Tonawanda can make this a close game like they've started to do, look out. The Junior Braves can get back into it, as this one nearly squeaks by J-Bob, as James Messer there to save the day and keep the ball out of the net, and it's a good thing. Jaron Moses snipes another one, and it's a 9-6 game. Oh my goodness, Jaron Moses almost didn't make it out for this one. Was a little late getting here. Was told before the game that they weren't sure if he was going to be here to play for this one. But man, oh man, he's got to be thrilled that he was able to get into the lineup for this game, because he is doing amazing now for the Junior Braves. Half of their goals belong to Jaron Moses, as it is now all of a sudden a 3-goal game. And here's Kyler down low. Smith with the shot. Stopped there by Sandy. Loose ball picked up by Galante in the corner. And now Allegany's going to need to find that spark. I was talking about it a few moments ago. Galante knocked to the ground by Anthony Abrams. He's looking for a tripping call, not going to get one. Galante able to keep possession though, but as I was saying, mentioned a few moments ago, Allegany needs to find that spark. If another one gets past, maybe they make the move. Maybe this is the spark. Kelvin George gets one back, and it's a 10-6 game. Third of the game for the captain, Kelvin George, as he continues to shoulder the load here for the Allegany Junior Arrows. Another great game for Kelvin George, product of Salamanca. And I was just starting to say that maybe if one more got by, Sandy, that a goaltending change would be the spark that the Junior Arrows could need. Well, maybe, oh maybe it was this that is the spark that Allegany is looking for. As there's some perspiration out on the floor, we'll get you another look at the goal from Kelvin George for a moment before we give you a nice view of the ceiling here. JP in the chat saying, let's go Braves. Got lots of Tonawanda fans. We got lots of Allegany fans here watching. Thank you all so very much for the support. We're up to 61 of you all tuning in here tonight. Thank you for spending part of your Thursday evening here with us watching Blue Squatch Productions in what is one of the final games here for the regular season of the First Nations Junior B Lacrosse League season. Jonathan scores! What a goal for Spencer Jonathan right off the draw. The Junior Braves get the goal right back. Tonawanda not going anywhere. The big man walks the tightrope and buries it for Tonawanda. Believe that's the first of the game for Spencer Jonathan, and it is. An assistant captain with this Junior Braves team gets his first of the game, and it's back to a 3-goal game. As now a collision here off the draw. Sheehan pressed up against the glass, and possession will go to Tonawanda. As the Junior Braves, you can feel it, have all the momentum in this game right now. And Allegany's got to do something to change that if they want to come away with their second win of the season. They got to stop this man right here, Chucky Redmond. He's had a great game. And this man too, Jaron Moses. 5 goals for Tonawanda between the two of them, as his shot did go wide. As Allegany now back the other way. Abrams loses his stick. Could be a chance here for Chad Hill Jr. Down low, Green with a shot. Stopped by Pregel. Ball goes back the other way. Braley Abrams, all kinds of time. Somehow stopped by Sandy. Oh my goodness, the perfect pass. Got to Braley Abrams, just couldn't finish it. As we'll get you another look at the chance. Stopped on the doorstep by Talum Sandy. Man, that one could be a big moment to look back on here if the Junior Arrows are able to come away with the win. That save by Talum Sandy could be a big reason why, as a shot from Duncan is stopped by Pregel. Now a good move made by Moses on the far side to create some room. I'll tell you, I don't know what was said to Jaron Moses before this one, but he is playing fired up as Chucky Redmond looking to get on the highlight reel. Just missed wide, but he'll have another chance here as Tonawanda still has possession. Jonathan's shot denied by Sandy. This is quickly turned into a very fast-paced and entertaining game. It was getting chaotic at first as Allegany gets one here as our official hesitated for a moment to call it a goal, then did signal, as he did signal through the crease first. But no, it is going to count as Maddox Isaac gets his second goal of the game. We'll give you one more look at it here. I think the argument was that maybe Tall Chief went through the crease. He did step in, but I don't see him touching it after, so I think it should be good. Our officials do a great job. They, live and breathe that rule book, so I trust that they got it right. And the correct call was made, and it's now an 11-7 game. Can Tonawanda get it back again? Braley Abrams trying to do so, but he is denied by Sandy. So hard to keep him quiet as Sandy makes another big save on Braley Abrams. Man, once again, like I said, that save a few moments ago might be big, but those ones could be just as big as Green just misses wide for Allegany. This one starting to turn into a track meet now. Pass is knocked down. Cash Printup trying to get it away from the boards. Gets it over for Green, who is denied by Pregel. Green, his pass finds the back of the net. George quick sticks it in, and Allegany, without a doubt, has that momentum back. And they now lead at 12-7. Kelvin George, the leader here for the Junior Arrows, picks up his fourth of the game. As the big players stepping up when called upon here for Allegany, as Kelvin George has done today. It's back now to a 5-goal lead for the Allegany Junior Arrows as they win the face-off yet again and are back looking for more. George has it in his stick, looking to go for 5 here. Kelvin George into the middle. Galante quickly slid to. His shot goes wide of the net. Loose ball picked up. Shot goes off of Pregel and out of play. Possession will stay with Allegany. Waylon Dowdy, the man who let it fly. Here is Dowdy. Bounce pass over for Galante. Into the middle. George with a shot wide of the net. Tall Chief gets the rebound. Now Galante, nice move. Gets a lane to the net. Shot stopped. Loose ball in front. Shot on is denied. As some more chaos going on off ball, will keep possession here with the Allegany Junior Arrows. As they have the fresh 30 here with just over 2 minutes, and not that long ago I said Tonawanda clearly has the momentum. Well, now Allegany clearly has it, and I think it was those big saves coming from Talum Sandy that have given them the momentum and given them that spark that they were looking for after Tonawanda clearly was sparked earlier in the game as they still try and get back into it. The gap was widened, and Kyler looking to take the shot. Gets it off, but it is just kept out by Sandy. And, you know, they always say it ain't over till it's over, but when you get down by 7, 8, 9 goals, it just gets hard to come back in this sport. It is possible, but it is just so difficult to come back and dig yourself out of the hole. The Junior Braves were starting to do just that, but then Allegany has put them right back into one as they trail by 5. Duncan looking to make it 6, and he does. What a shot there coming from Colin Duncan. Not hard to see why he plays his collegiate lacrosse with UAlbany as he makes it a 6-goal lead here for Allegany. Just a perfect shot coming out of the stick of Colin Duncan. As the Junior Arrows widen the gap, it's a 6-goal lead again, 13-7 the score, as there's been no shortage of it through the first 2 periods so far. Galante looking for more for Allegany. Has the ball in his stick. Goes to Kelvin George off the bench. Under a minute remaining here in the second period. Colin Duncan goes behind the back pass. The shot from George denied by Jackson Bob Pregel. As Galante going to have to fight here with Smith for that loose ball, and he's going to come away with it. Galante looking for an option. Has Green in the middle, denied by Pregel. Abrams catches that pass out near the halfway line. Going to slow things down here, knowing that his team can get the final shot. J-Bob will head to the bench, or will he, as Braley Abrams takes the shot. And, oh boy, that nearly turned into a disaster real quick as Pregel able to make the last-second save. Jackson Bob Pregel was about at the blue line as he thought his team was going to hold on, get the final shot, but Braley Abrams and company had other plans as he took a very early shot that could have really cost his team dearly if J-Bob wasn't able to get back into the net as quick as he did. Braley did do a good job to go up and try and distract Sandy and not allow him to get the pass off, just slow him down a bit. But, oh, could have been a major crisis for Tonawanda, but crisis averted now. But the Junior Braves still trail the Junior Arrows 13-7 here as I take a look at the chat. Some more Braves love in the chat coming from Holden and Robert. And then Greg as well. Arrows looking good. They are looking good. Duncan threading the needle. He's been doing it all game long. As during this break in the action here, we want to just give all of you fine folks a look at all of the championship history here for the First Nations Junior B Lacrosse League. These are all of the previous winners of this league. As you see there, the Seneca War Chiefs, no doubt the power of this league for the first 6 years of its existence, winning the championship each season. And there you can see as well their medals for what they did at the Founders Cup. War Chiefs took home 3 silver medals and 2 bronze medals on their 6-year run at the top. And then it was the Onondaga Junior Redhawks who took over where the War Chiefs left off, winning 3 straight in 22, 23, and 24, and having their best result last season, picking up a bronze medal at the Founders Cup. Who's going to be next? As it can't be Onondaga. They are not They don't have a team this year, so we will have a new champion in the First Nations Junior B Lacrosse League. But will it be the War Chiefs winning their record 7th title, or will it be one of our new programs like Allegany, Tonawanda, or Tuscarora capturing their first championship? We'll have to see, as we will step aside now here with a few minutes into the intermission, as we will thank Goodies Dispensary here quickly before we step aside. Goodies, be sure to check them out and get all your goodies down at Goodies here if you are in the area and 21 and up. At the end of 2, it's a 13-7 lead for Allegany here on Blue Squatch Productions.
We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenberg and one in Salamanca. They'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenberg and one in Salamanca. They'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenberg and one in Salamanca. They'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenberg and one in Salamanca. They'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenberg and one in Salamanca. They'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenberg and one in Salamanca. They'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenberg and one in Salamanca. They'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenberg and one in Salamanca. They'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenberg and one in Salamanca. They'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations.